Hey everyone, this is the pre-nerf Moorwing fight from Silksong. I'm not sure why this was nerfed recently, but let's take a look at it. This is the original version. There was a slight difficulty reduction, whatever that means. I personally think that this fight was very straightforward, and all of his attacks have clear telegraphs. So, really not sure why, of all the boss fights in this game, this had to be nerfed. He'll do this dive attack, you just jump over and pogo. This multi-slash attack, he doesn't go far, so just stay a little bit out of his range and you can jump in and get an attack in. He'll throw some saw blades at you, you'll just jump over that. And that's pretty much it for the first phase. And actually, in case you haven't noticed, all of the first phase attacks in this game, for the boss fights, it gets you ready for the second phase. Anyway, so second phase is really where the boss fight starts. So he'll do some other attacks, but they're also easily telegraphed. So he'll do these double saw blades. I like to jump over the first one and then dash away from the second. And when the boss faces down and shoots the saw blades up and in an arc, just jump over them again. See, jump over. Sometimes they roll past you. I don't know. It's just pretty straightforward. Like, if you're coming from Hollow Knight, you shouldn't have a problem with it. So I know this fight specifically had some weird discourse online. I know there's a Reddit post in which someone was claiming that their wife stopped playing this game because she was stuck on this boss for 3 days straight. I mean, I don't know what's going on there. Maybe they were getting too greedy with their attacks. I'd like to see footage of this because it's a very straightforward fight. Well, I guess one thing that I can say is for any boss fight, as much as possible, try to keep the boss on screen because you never want to deal with surprise attacks. I learned that back in Hollow Knight with the Watcher Knights. Everybody kept saying that was such a tough fight, but honestly, if you kept the boss on screen at all times, you could see just how telegraphed their moves are. So yeah, if you need to heal, just heal. There are such huge windows to heal too. I didn't even have to wait until this boss was stunned, but I did anyway. I personally think that developers shouldn't nerf bosses the first week after a game was released. I think you should wait at least a month, because you need to give the players time to get accustomed to the game's movement. I know there was a lot of discourse about Hornet's diagonal pogo, so I could see that. But again, you need to give players time to get accustomed to the game, because after a week, people are still learning the game. Anyway, it was an optional boss fight too, so I don't know why it had to be nerfed. I don't know. I refuse to believe that this was one of the hardest fights in the game that people are having trouble with. Anyway, what do you guys think about this fight? Did it have to be nerfed? Was it really as big as a problem as the internet made it seem to be? Let us know in the comments. This has been Brian of FaceTime Police. We're a band. We do a lot of variety content. This is Rambo. Thanks for watching.